We have weathered fiercer storms than this. Hold the line, damn you! You will not embarrass the Emperor today by dying! Watch your flanks and protect the Titan's crew! There! More come to die!
Chaos. Orcs. Our work is clear.
Indeed. The Thunderhawk crashed nearby, and it is to us to reach Chaplain Varnus and his Space Marines. More importantly, we must save the Titan's crew. To this task, all considerations, even our lives, are secondary.
I would have it no other way.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to level 2 Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War Winter Assault Order campaign, where we continue playing with the Imperial Guard, and as stated, we need to go and save the Ultramarine Space Marines that have been shot down by Chaos Forces. Now, this is also a pretty lengthy and challenging mission to complete, but we will try to, like before, do it as quickly as we possibly can. There are a couple of obstacles that we have to overcome, but yeah, we will see about doing things as swiftly and painlessly as we can. So the beginning of this map is going to be a little bit tedious of having to get on and going.
Date back to the first Imperial garrison stationed here. They speak of underground tunnels that run through the area and connect the bunkers. We can use these tunnels to our advantage.
What are your orders?
My reason for stating so is because requisition is going to be a little bit low, and we have to secure areas and battle against the orcs and the chaos. Yeah, so it's going to take a little bit of time. Now, in the previous video, I mentioned that Imperial Guard have the ability to transport units between sections, and this is, in this level, you can kind of say that this level is like a tutorial for the Imperial Guard to teach you how it gets done.
Those defense nests are of a considerable advantage. If we can seize command of them, we can gain the upper hand and vanquish the Emperor's foes far more effectively.
Okay, so for this section, immediately target the strategic point in order to take on the orcs. There are a couple of areas in this level where if you take over the strategic points, you get the heavy bolter turrets. So even if you lose a couple of units, just focus on getting that in order to have minimal losses. As will be displayed very, very soon. And voila. Now we're gonna make short work of these guys.
Sir, yes, sir. Victory is assured. Where is his will needed? By the Emperor, it will be done.
Now, this is going to be another one of those levels where we get to play with the Eldar. And once again, like the previous level, the Eldar, we're going to have access to some of their buildings, but we're not going to have access to everything that the Eldar has got to offer. So, that's going to happen closer to the end of this level once we reach a point. I don't know what happened. My game just minimized there for a minute.
What is your wish? Victory is assured.
Yeah, for some odd reason my game just minimized. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Anyways, that's gonna happen closer to the end of the level when the Imperial Guard reach the point where they cannot move any further. So, oh goodness, doing so much damage to our Imperial Guard. Yeah, shooter boy squads are very effective against Imperial Guardsmen. Until we get the grenade launchers, of course, and they're not going to be as effective. Where is... Actually, yeah, I forgot. Change him to assault stance in order to make use of his melee combat. It's going to help a lot more. Especially because his damage is more than the command squad. Anyways, we've got access to our field command now. Immediately start making tech priests and see about securing the strategic points. Oh yeah, we might as well add a priest just for a little bit of extra damage.
I hear the machine's spirit voice. I am on it.
With this one over here, send him into the command infantry over here in order to get onto this side. Over here we're going to get the listening post, and we are going to be facing some resistance every now and then from the orcs with storm boys when they drop in areas like here and definitely here. So we have to put up a couple of turrets where we can in order to make sure that the listening posts don't get destroyed.
Where is his will needed?
Worthy of my skill.
Ah, no.
I hold the secrets of the machine.
Why in the world?
I am on it.
Oh, yeah.
Victory is assured.
Thank you, machine spirit, for our safe arrival.
Okay, 3 listening posts on our side will help us greatly. Chaos. Yeah, move behind the turret lines. Don't want to have too many unnecessary casualties. There we go. Oh, okay, at least the Chaos and the Orcs are battling each other. I think I already knew that in this level, I just forgot about it.
Will only take me.
Where's our fire support?
Immediately build 2 turrets for this area. Where is the other tech breeze?
I am on it. This able priest should get us there. For the Emperor.
Oh yeah, and of course get power.
Worthy of my skill.
Where did I misplace that other tech priest? 2 turrets per listening post is more than enough in order to deal with anything that they have to throw at us. Just like just like it was demonstrated in the previous level.
Join the fray then.
Um,
Spirit, may I
all you need are 2 turrets in order to hold back most of the Raptor and Storm Boy squads. Now the attack from the Chaos over here is going to be pretty much unlimited. They have a base located in this region over here, and we are going to be dealing with it as soon as we have access to grenade launchers, which will be done once we have the Tactica controlled. In the meantime, we are going to be attending to our power supply. Things are sorted over here, and this will be pretty well defended for the meantime.
It will only take me a moment.
And
Is his will needed?
perfect. 3. Immediately get 3 of our squads
Is his will needed?
on that, along with getting more durable
As you
guardsmen.
wish, so shall it be done. Machine spirit, may our shots be true. Machine spirit, may our shots be true.
In this location over here, maybe build another turret or 2. Sometimes the Chaos might decide to send demon squads in order to terrorize your base, and the demon squads in this Dawn of War,
Thank you,
they're pretty effective in the sense that they do extra damage against vehicles and buildings, whereas in Whereas in Dawn of War, the original Dawn of War, oh, that's why they didn't attack us. For some odd reason, they were on the wrong stance. What a pity, what a loss. In the first Dawn of War, they were very effective against infantry and heavy infantry. So it's one of the little changes that were made to the game.
Require my skills. Initiating construction.
Okay, let's get the upgrade. Not that important just yet. We need to save the bit of requisition that we have at the moment.
My skills.
Make sure that those grenade launchers are up and running, and also make sure that we get sergeants before we start advancing against that Chaos base.
Look out! Here they come!
Now, it should also be noted that we shouldn't take too much time in order to get to the Space Marines here at the top, as the party will get wiped eventually. So, we need to get a move on, needless to say. And we need to get more commissars. I only want 3 squads on the grenade launchers. Everything else we will put on to plasmas once we have the battle command. Once we have the battle command, it's going to be a whole lot easier dealing with the Chaos Space Marines. The grenade launchers are not that effective against heavy infantry, but they are pretty good at bringing down their morale and scattering their forces. So grenade launchers still do the job at the end of the day, just not nearly as effective as the plasma guns.
Machine spirit, may our shots be true.
By the Emperor, it will be done.
I am on it.
Perfect. Range. Yeah, let's get more morale for the meantime. Damage is pretty decent, and the first bit of plasma guns are coming our way now.
We're under fire! Attack, men! Attack! Don't fire until I say so!
Problem with grenade launchers, however, is the range keeps the other guardsmen from fighting. Oh, what the hell are you guys doing there at the back?
You have chosen. Shall I get started? Eager for action, son. Shall I get started? To arms! Eager for action, son.
Devotion is assured. What would you have me do?
Did I?
Let me inspire our men. You have chosen. Where is his
Time to strike back.
What would you have me do? You have chosen.
Okay, I guess not. Did we make another squad?
You have chosen wisely.
Shall I get
So
started?
what happened to
wisely.
the other squad that we made?
What would you have me do?
This is it, men. The moment of glory.
Odd. It's not here, and they're also not here. I don't know what happened.
You need me wisely.
Anyways, let's deal with this base.
Inspire our men.
Who are they?
Me inspire.
Here they are.
Hold the line, damn it.
My devotion is assured.
Oh,
Falling
Where
men.
is his will
Time
needed?
for war.
What is your wish? Here ensures loyalty. Where do you need me done?
I've returned. All units,
It will
prepare
be
for
my
my
orders.
orders.
Emperor.
The
It will
hand
be
of the
done.
Emperor guides all. Standing ready.
Don't fire until I say so.
far so good. Things are looking
Hand of
pretty
the
awesome.
Emperor guides all. Standing ready.
To arms!
Do not forget to get the escalate engagement research.
It will be my honor.
We need every bit of requisition we can get. We are eventually, and pretty early on in this level, going to reach a point where we're not going to be using as much requisition as usual, or as right now. And it's going to be in a moment like that where we're also not going to be paying as much attention into getting listening points and strategic points and so forth.
Inspire our men.
Get a Psyker definitely, because we will be facing mech units. And as demonstrated in the first level, the Psykers are really good at bringing down the armor of mech units.
Me inspire our men. What would you have me do?
For the Emperor. For the Emperor.
Inspire our men is assured. You have what would you have me serving me? Let me inspire our men.
Get this lock close enough. Actually, in fact, we need to see if we can capture that listening post over there.
Inspire our men.
I am on it.
The strategic point, whatever.
So shall it be done.
The sooner we have that, the sooner we have access to the turrets. Like I said, they are going to be spawning units from these barracks, so the minute they do, we are going to have to get rid of their units first before they build up too much. Luckily, we have a big enough army.
Let me inspire our men.
Unless, of course, they run... Oh, no, they were building units.
My devotion is assured.
Is that the best you've got?
You have chosen wisely.
By the Emperor, we've won.
Perfect. Oh man, there's one little thing that I forgot to do. Build turrets in this area. Yeah, it's a little bit more important than what it seems because of a reason like this. We do not have enough turrets in order to really effectively deal with all of this. What I maybe do recommend doing is not send all of our squads, but only a few. Yeah, these are quite a lot of storm boys, unfortunately.
I am on it. As you wish, so shall it be done.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, God.
Only the faithful shall win today.
Should actually be fine. Yeah, we'll be fine.
Where is his will needed? What is your wish? What would you have me eager for action? Where is his
Fortunately, we have upgrades for our Imperial Guard, so they're a little bit more durable than usual, and the morale stays higher than usual. Okay, our groups over here can... Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. They can start moving through this location over here. Okay, that.
As you wish, so shall it be done. I am honored that you require my skill.
We're on foot from here.
I am on it.
My devotion is assured.
Okay,
Attack, men! Attack!
this went relatively well in the end.
Thank you, machine spirit, for our safe arrival. I am on it. It will only take me a moment. It will only take me a moment.
Immediately attend to a turret or two, so that we don't have to face a problem like that again.
Our safe arrival.
Let me
It will
inspire
only
our
take me
men.
a moment.
From here on, we march. Let me inspire our men. What is your wish? Let me inspire our men. What would you have me do? Well, let's see them fight.
It will only take me a moment.
You
Thank
will
you,
have it.
machine As spirit, you wish. for our safe
We will be getting tanks pretty soon.
Your wish? You have chosen.
I think that there's an orc army coming up here as well, so let's get these turrets quickly before that orc army comes. Here we go. Yeah, already building up.
me a moment.
Let me inspire our men. What would you have me do? Victory is assured.
It will only take me a moment. I am on it. I am on it. They require some time. I am on it. I am honored that you require my skills.
Five.
We won.
Honored that you require my skills.
Devotion is assured.
There we go. The massive orc army coming up. Definitely a hold position if we can, with only the command squad going into assault mode.
As you wish, so shall it be done. Initiating
You have
construction.
chosen wisely. You have chosen wisely.
Use lightning arc on something like the knock squads in order to bring down their morale and do damage. We're gonna take care of this army pretty quickly. Some casualties, of course, but not gonna be. Okay. Could have sworn I disabled the friend requests from Steam, or the notifications, I mean. No matter.
As you wish, so shall it be done.
Inspire our men.
Okay, we pretty much reached the point where requisition is not as important anymore as it used to be. Now power is going to be a lot more important. We are going to be nearing that part where we gain access to mech units. Now, there are two paths that we can take. We can take the long way around to get access to the Chimera, which is, I would say, what you're supposed to be doing. Or you can take the shortcut, which is going to be a little bit more casualty intensified, but I've done it before, so I'm going to attempt doing it again. Let me just see, where was that path? Ah, here we go, here we go. This is the little path. I believe. Oh, no, sorry. So, maybe it's midway that you have to move through here. But I could have sworn that there is, maybe over here. Might be. I cannot remember exactly. But somewhere around here, there is a shortcut that you can take. And, this shortcut leads you into a rain of fire with regards to, turret. Yeah, of course. We don't have to take any more listening posts. We're doing pretty fine with power and requisition. Just remember to upgrade your power. Oh, we got that already. Okay. Let's get a move on.
What would you have me do?
Except for areas like this, of course. This is where it becomes important. Here we go. This is the shortcut. So you capture this infantry command, move over to this side over here, and then you make your way through the right side of the map. The other option is you move through this area, you get access to the Chimeras, which is also a very good idea to do. Because once you get access to the Chimeras, you'll have a little bit more armor and firepower on your side. Okay, let's get our units. Get our units in.
Look out! Here they come! By the Emperor, it will be done. What is your wish? I will walk. You have chosen wisely. By the Emperor, my devotion is assured. The end of days is upon them wisely.
I'm not going to invest in getting max supply. This map is actually pretty annoying with... here are the turrets that I was talking about.
What would you have me do?
This level is pretty annoying when it comes to maxing out your units. And what I mean by that is that you have maxed units and everything, but the spaces are so tiny that it kind of makes it useless to invest in a maxed out army, because you're not going to be using them to their full potential. You're going to have a bunch of units at the front attacking from short to medium range, and then a bunch at the back that are not even going to attack their targets. So don't even bother too much with getting a maxed out army at this stage. At least.
Fate smiles upon us today, lads. Let's get them repaired and use them to our advantage.
Is assured that me inspire our men.
I remember that being a little bit more difficult to overcome, but yeah, this is what we were aiming for. Getting to the Sentinels, and then yeah, we have to go and repair these Sentinels in order to gain access to them, and then we start laying siege through this area.
Look out! Here they come!
Thank you, Machine Spirit, for our safe arrival. I am on it. I am on it.
And then, of course, we have a mechanized command as
You
well.
have chosen wisely. What would you have?
Now, the Chimera, like I said, are located on the left side from what I remember. Pretty sure it's this map and not the third one. No more upgrades, requisition is looking awesome. We can quickly rebuild this army if we really have to. And that's exactly why we need the Sentinels, in order to deal with the Predators.
You have objective secure. Shall I get stuck? Me
As you
inspire our
wish,
men.
so shall it be done.
Maybe in an area like this, we can... I suppose here it's a little bit more open, but it's quickly going to get closed off a bit again.
Take me a moment.
Let's get one more command group.
We can now construct sentinels. Get some men in those walking tin cans. I need some forward scouts.
I am on it.
So we definitely need to make another one of these mechanized and so that we can
capture those strategic points and take power away from those turrets. Now!
so that we can get access to more sentinels. And keep them on pop max.
If you will not serve in combat, then you will serve on the firing line. Let me inspire our men.
Why is it taking so long to kill this predator? Maybe the turret area that I was speaking about might be coming now. Fortunately, we have the Sentinels, and the Sentinels are going to make... Ah, yes, this is the turret area that I was speaking about. Fortunately, our Sentinels are very, very well equipped with dealing with buildings. Just remember to make another one of the mechanized commands.
It will be my honor.
And then just directly attack these turrets. Not even worth running around it. If we had the Chimeras, then yeah, sure. But other than that, nah. Don't even bother. Ooh, yeah, we literally just sacrificed an entire command crew over there.
All units, prepare for my orders. I will do as you ask. Standing ready.
By the Emperor, it will be done. By the Emperor, it will be done. Standing by.
I will walk from here. It will be my honor. Let me lead the way.
We need to pick up the pace a bit. I'm not even sure how much time we have left. There's unfortunately not a timer that's telling us.
I will do as you ask. Let me lead the way. Let me lead the way.
Eager for action.
It will be my
A little area like this can also be tricky. You can find yourself with units just getting stuck dead in their tracks because they're waiting for members from the back of the squad to move forward.
The hand of the Emperor guides all.
Definitely have enough sentinels, that's for sure.
I will do as you ask.
For safety reasons, we are now going to just max out the amount of Imperials that we can make. Oh yeah, for some reason we can only build from this one. I'm not sure why, but yeah, that is the case.
My mind bears a great pain. Reporting for duty, sir. So you read me now. Do you know what you ask? Attack! You have chosen.
Yeah, we are nearing the temporary end of the Imperial Guard section. We will be switching over to the Eldar very, very soon.
Reporting for duty, sir. Inspire our men.
We must retreat and find another way around. The bridge is lost to us.
To be thrown back by this filth. Had we our basilisks ready, we would have taught them a lesson.
Exalted Farseer, the Imperials are mired before the bridge and falter under heavy bombardment. Your orders?
The Imperials test my patience with their incompetence.
Very well.
We will deal with the orcs ourselves, but only because the time grows short. Death is almost upon us.
Okay, switching over to the Eldar side, having access to another one of their awesome units, the Howling Banshees. And these Howling Banshees are pretty damn powerful, I have to add. Other abilities also important is the Fleet on Foot ability, which gives us a lot of extra speed, but at the cost of accuracy. So for the Banshees, it's very effective to quickly get into battle, but for the Reapers, not that effective in situations like now. So make sure that you learn the hotkey, which is F, and then quickly go about your squads in order to make sure that they're not still on fleet of foot, in order to quickly deal with some of their units. Make sure you hotkey this as well. And other than that, there is absolutely nothing else that we need to deal with. Can make 2 more squads. So what we have to do for this section is deal with the generators, and we don't have the most time in order to do that from what I remember, but we nonetheless have to deal with these buildings in order not to have too many casualties. Every single time you destroy a generator, a mass of their killer cans is going to head into that direction, so we either need to make sure that we run through them as quickly as possible, which is where fleet of foot becomes really effective, or we need to try and dodge them, which is the better option. But I mean, killer cans are fortunately very slow, so we don't have to worry too much about them catching up with us. So we're just going to take the straightforward approach and run through everything that we can. Ranger squads, as seen in the first Dawn of War, is really effective at destroying morale. Having 1 or 2 of these squads, especially when fighting masses of infantry, is a very good idea. A little bit slow with fire rate, but they decimate morale. So, good idea to invest in 1 or 2 of these squads. They're quite cheap as well. Damage not very high, but yeah, we don't really use them for damage.
Shall I divine your next move?
Where did the...
My powers are yours now. The future is clouded in my messengers of doom.
We made another one of these
The
squads
enemy
too.
cannot
Anyways,
hide from my sight.
here's the
My
first generator.
powers are yours now.
So we don't want to suffer too many casualties because we have a very limited amount of requisition.
The future is clouded.
Situation like this, we don't have much of a choice. But yeah, if that requisition runs out and we lose too many units, we're pretty screwed.
We are here to exact harsh vengeance. We are the harbingers of Sansenia.
My powers are yours now. I sense the enemy.
That's probably why they died, because they ran through the wrong area. Well done, sisters.
Powers are yours now.
Yeah, so the killer cans can do a lot of damage if they really, really want to.
Nothing is hidden from my sight.
Many are called.
The future is clouded and uncertain. With haste, the orcs are reacting to the explosion. Now is our chance to avoid them.
Yep, now is the chance to avoid them. Quickly dispose of this group over here. The killer cans are going to be moving in from this side over here. So let's just quickly get rid of these so that we don't get pursued and get too much damage along the way. And yeah, it's probably a good idea to start running. So we are just going to... We need to get to this side over here, so we're just going to run through everything. Suffer the casualties that we suffer. They're not really going to chase us.
Reload! The enemy is upon us!
Yeah, make peace with the losses. Just make peace with the losses.
The destroyer has turned on us.
We'll recover our morale.
The darkness has passed.
They also only follow us up until a certain point.
The enemy cannot hide from my sight. The mist of space and time retreat from my head.
Yeah, as you can see, the killer cans then turn back to their old position. We suffer a lot of losses, but this is just the way that we're gonna do it.
We walk the path less traveled. We strike without fear or hesitation.
What needs to be done? The random hand of fate delivers me to you.
Perfect.
Future is clouded and uncertain.
Okay, another one
We cannot hide from my sight.
down very soon.
I
I sense the enemy. They are closing in. Nothing is hidden from my sight. Shall I divine your next move?
Okay, so instead of running through them this time, we're gonna run up in order not to suffer too many casualties. So we're just going to bypass them.
Face of their destroyer.
Not that, of course.
We shall cleanse the
Idiots.
universe of the pathetic
I sense the enemy. They are closing
to
in.
exact harsh vengeance. Our soul is the vehicle of their
The
destruction.
random hand of fate
Okay.
delivers me to you.
We are the
Minimal casualties this time.
Hide from my sight.
We are the messengers
The
of
future is clouded and uncertain.
And now, where is the next one? Is it
My
here?
powers are yours now.
Isn't that just
I
where we
will
came from?
enjoy delivering their destruction. Naturally.
Oh, no, we haven't gone there yet.
I will join the dance of death. Their death is assured. How can I help?
We are the messengers
Our
of
squads are quite powerful, but not powerful enough, that's for sure.
From my side, I sense the enemy. They are closing in. I knew you would have need of me. We fight because we must. The mists of space and time retreat from my mind.
And I believe after this, there's one more that we have to deal with. And then we're gonna be making use of our Eldritch Storm.
What needs to be done?
With haste.
Shall I divine your next move? I am
Okay,
sure
go
of the
up
outcome.
first. Avoid these mofos.
You cannot ask for that which I give freely.
And then bypass this area over
I
here.
will join the dance of death.
We're going to need all of the units that we can get now, because we are going to be facing tanks this time. Fortunately not killer cans, but
I will join
still
the dance of
tanks.
death. Their death comes
We are
as
under
prophecy.
enemy fire.
of course don't run into the killer cans, I
I
have
knew
to
you
add.
would have need of me. I sense the enemy. They are closing in. I foresee their destruction. Their death is assured. My powers are yours now. Their death comes as the enemy. They are closing in.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going up against war trucks, and they happen to be really effective at killing infantry too, even though it just says vehicles and buildings. It's not entirely true. Focus fire one at a time, and then take care of the rest. You can see it did quite a lot of damage, the Eldritch attack. I can't use that against them. They die, fortunately, pretty quickly, but still, I mean, they disorientate your units and bring down the morale pretty quickly too, so it's just an annoying unit to have to face with infantry.
I knew you would have need of me. Shall I divine your next?
We are the messengers of doom.
Shall I divine your next? The future is clouded and uncertain. The enemy cannot hide from my sight.
Here we go.
Here to exact harsh
The
vengeance.
enemy cannot hide from my sight.
Many are cold. Few survive.
My powers are yours now.
Finally, the basilisks have arrived to reinforce our position. Now we show those orcs the true meaning of firepower.
Okay, this is the final stages of this level.
Where is his will needed?
Let's just see. Are we missing? Yeah, we're missing quite a lot of infantry and tanks as well. Okay, so the basilisk tanks are here at the bottom side, and they are pretty damn powerful, I have to say. And they have, like, I think they have unlimited range, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna put them on aggressive stance so that they attack anything that gets in our way. Now it should be noted that their accuracy is not very high. That's why it's a good idea to have the amount of basilisks that we have in order to, you know, help them miss a lot less. So they are very effective against, well, basically everything. So yeah, you can target them on specific areas and then hope and pray that they hit, of course. But the Sentinels are far more effective at dealing with turrets. See, yeah, they are firing in. Suffering quite a bit of casualties, but we're still okay. Lost our command squad. Oh well.
I've returned. All units, prepare for my orders.
It's no good.
I will do as you ask.
What is your wish?
I am on it.
Lay it down, sir.
I will walk
Where
from
is
here.
his will needed?
It will be my honor. It will be my honor. It will be my honor.
Oh yeah, just like a little something to note, basilisks also attack your own units if they're in the wrong range. Let's see if we can target these cultist squads and see how much damage they can actually do. Oh yeah, decimation. I nearly wiped out that entire squad with one shot. I mean, look at how low the life is afterwards. So yeah, you understand these basilisks can be pretty hardcore. Even if you don't use them to really take down units, you can use them to disorientate the armies. So having even 2 basilisks is better than having none. Hey, perfect.
As you wish, so shall it be done.
Yeah, their buildings are quite tough.
What is your wish?
I am on it.
Attack, men! Attack! Where is his will needed? What is the fire? By the Emperor, it will be. My devotion is assured. What is your wish?
I am on it.
Awaiting instruction. By the Emperor, it will be done. Awaiting instruction. Victory is assured. My devotion, victory is assured.
As soon as these buildings fall, it's over and done with.
As you wish, so shall it be done.
Victory is assured.
As you wish, so shall it be done.
Victory is assured.
Just taking forever.
Victory is assured.
be it.
Again, General Sturnn. You have my thanks, and the thanks of the Ultramarines.
I am the Emperor's humble servant, but we're not entirely responsible for today's rescue. Someone else is helping us. This is twice that some impassable obstruction miraculously evaporated.
You should trust in the Emperor. He was with us today.
Of that I have no doubt. But still, something else is helping us, and I wish they'd stop. I don't like favors curried in secret. They wilt under the Emperor's light.
Your words are pious. I respect that.
Thank you. I expect war in all things, and I'm rarely disappointed or caught unaware. I'll let my men know that the Imperium's finest extends them their gratitude.
Indeed. The Titan's crew is secure and ready for transport.
Let us leave this place then, and make our return to the outpost. We must get the crew back to the Titan, or all this will have been for naught.
Alright, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Another lengthy mission that was taken care of. The final scene was actually pretty cool. It just shows you how badass some of these Space Marines can be. I mean, a single Space Marine taking on a Bloodthirster is a pretty impressive feat. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Refer it to your friends who would like to learn some more about Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War. And of course, I will see you next time when we delve into the 3rd level of the Order campaign. See you next time.